I'm not one that normally comments on current events and news articles and what's going on in the media, but today I feel inspired to talk about something that many people have witnessed, that are talking about, and that is the Paris 2024 opening ceremony for the Olympics. Like many other people, I switched on my TV just to enjoy the event. I've watched opening ceremonies before for the Olympics and I've always found them, interesting and enjoyable. But I found myself switching off after 5-10 minutes. So it just wasn't resonating with me. But then I thought, no, let me give it a try. And I went back later, turned it on to witness the mocking of Jesus and the mocking of God, and the most blasphemous thing I have seen. And I've seen and probably partaken in blasphemous things as well. But I'm laughing because it's so shocking, and the outrage and concern about it is worldwide, and it's affecting a lot of people. So I'm not going to go into the ceremony as such, but what I want to use this as a basis of this video for is to talk about having a closed mind, being selective and saying no. We're in this strange time in history, unlike any before, where we have access to everything all at once. We know things that we have no right knowing. We see things we have no right seeing. And as a consequence, ideas and ideologies spread like wildfire, as you will have seen. What I want to talk to you today about is the importance of saying no, of having a closed mind, of being exclusive with what you allow into your mind. We've all got the right to live our lives the way we want to, according to the laws and the law of God, of course, most importantly. You have the freedom to say what you want, express yourself. For the most part, though, we're seeing clampdowns on freedom of speech worldwide as well. But what should not be expected of you or of anybody is for you to be forced to agree with anything that is not for you, that is not of you, that is not part of your journey, and more importantly, part of your purpose in life that God has placed on your heart. You're here for a reason, a very specific reason, and there should not be anything that derails you or takes you off track. Now, we'll always have challenges, and that's the journey of life. There'll be one distraction after another, but you're not obliged to agree with anything that is not for you. We have words like inclusivity and acceptance and being kind thrown around by a lot of people who aren't accepting, inclusive, or very kind. You are under no obligation at all to play along with somebody else's beliefs. The only thing that is important for you in your life is what God says for your life, what His Word says in the Bible, what His teachings are, not the teachings of man, not some ideologies that man has come up with. And that works both ways. The things that you believe in, you have no right to expect other people to believe in. It would be nice, of course, if everybody was on the same page. That's just not going to be the way. People can disagree with me. I'm not attached to that either way. I'm just here to do my work, to spread my message, to help people live a life of alignment, aligned with their calling and their purpose that God has placed on their heart. And if people take offence at that, so be it. We can all be offended and we can all live our lives and get on with it. The trouble is that most people living in today's society are traumatised. Mental illness is rife, and there are people shouting the loudest, that have high demands, that expect you to comply, to fall in line, and they will shout inclusivity and tolerance. But let me tell you, you do not have to be tolerant in life. You do not have to be agreeable. You do not have to conform to the way of the world, and that's what God says in Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The renewing of your mind in God, in God's words, in His teachings. And you have the right and the ability, God's given you that ability to discern what is right, what is wrong, to say no. But society's boundaries and morals are so broken these days. They're so porous that there is an expectancy for you to comply, for you to conform, for you to agree, which you are under no obligation to do at all. Just in case you're feeling like you have to be agreeable and fit in, or else people are going to think bad of you or call you names or exclude you from things, then I want to give you the strength to say no, to put the idea into your mind that you can say no, that you can be exclusive, that you can close your mind. You must have a closed mind to many degrees. Close your mind off from anything that is not for you, of you, from God, for your purpose, for your life, from all the noise in the world that will drive you insane if you try to pay attention to it, and if you try to be agreeable, and if you try to conform. They say that judging isn't right. You mustn't judge. Oh, don't judge. But you must judge. That's so, so important. If you are to have boundaries, if you are to know right from wrong, if you are to listen to your heart, if you are to listen to your gut feeling, your intuition, they're there for a reason. I mean, I know when I have ignored those feelings, those initial feelings are always a sign. It's never led to anywhere good. So you must observe, you must judge, and then make your decision from that point. It takes strength. It takes courage, but you must have it, and God will empower you with that strength and with that courage. So do not fear, you aren't walking alone on this journey by any means. But if your boundaries are so accepting, so porous, that you are so agreeable to everything and anything, more or less, maybe that's an extreme way of putting things, but you get my point. Where do you think that's going to lead? It's not going to lead you to a good place. It's not going to take you to where you're meant to be in life. It's not going to direct you on your path to God's purpose for your life. We must stop this idea that we are being mean or wrong if we don't agree with everything that's being put in front of us. You're not. It's entirely reasonable to look at things, assess, maybe do some research, think about things. Critical thinking's gone out the window. The IQ rate is not growing as it should do, it's reducing. You've got to take it upon yourself to decide if something is right for you and your life's purpose and your journey and your family, of course, and your children, or not. 1 John chapter 4 verse 1 says, "Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world." And I think it's extremely telling that the Olympics have now deleted the footage of the opening ceremony. And not only that, they have sent out takedown notices to people on social media who have shared the footage of the opening ceremony, who have shared pictures and images. Now, that should be an occasion to be celebrated. It's a sporting event. You look back on the other opening ceremonies and how they've been conducted compared to this one. There's children involved. You get my point. So do keep a closed mind. Close your mind to the things that don't serve you, that are not for you, that are not from God. Say no to the things that feel wrong, that you know in your heart are wrong. Be exclusive with your values, your beliefs and your morals, and protect your heart and your mind and those of your family. Be strong, be courageous, and always stay true to the path that God has outlined for you in your life, in this lifetime, because it's unlike any other, and you haven't got time to waste on things that are not for you. Lots of love. Speak soon.